class, this is your instructor Fran here. Just wanted to update with you with a few announcements. We're already to week 4. We're done a quarter of the class already, and a third of the way done after this week. Time's sure flying, so I wanted to make sure that there were some things that were clear to you as we proceed, so you can do the best that you can. The first thing I wanted to let you know was it's really essential that you're opening the feedback that I send back to you. It's going to be a Microsoft Word attachment to a private message for every assignment that you send to me. The real big reason, and basically each thing that I send to you will have comments inserted within the body of your work, and then like with corrections and things like that. And then I have a rubric and comments at the end. If for any reason you get an assignment back that doesn't have an attachment, then I forgot to send the attachment. So make sure that you tell me that if I forgot to attach that. And it's essential that you take a look, especially because we don't get to meet in person. I can't really communicate to you in the same way. So it's really essential that you open those emails, those messages that I send to you, and open the attachments and look through the feedback, because that's how you're going to get to be a better writer. And that's hopefully what you're working on at this class, in this class. The second thing I wanted to clarify was that for each week's discussion, you have to answer one question for each story with, a good paragraph response. And that's how you earn, I think it's 5 points credit for each one of those questions that you answer, just one per story. On top of that, each week, you need to respond to 4 of your classmates' posts to further the discussion. And those responses that you make have to be on the stories that are due that week. So what I'm doing is I'm counting one post, is obviously the first post that you usually contribute is the original post. I double check to make sure, and then I make sure that you have a total of 4 additional posts, not per story, but per week for the stories that are due that week. So, if there's 2 stories, you could do 2 and 2 extra, or you could do 1 and 3 extra, or if you really liked a discussion that was going, you could do all 4 for the one story. It's up to you. But that's how you get another 10 points of credit each week. The last thing in terms of work-wise for this week is you're going to be working on your introduction to essay number 1. So it's important that you read the modules on the introduction and on essay 1 and on citation as well, because I'm going to expect you to have a works cited. So the big thing that I want you to understand is writing is a lot like cooking. When you're starting off as a writer, it's a good idea to follow a recipe very carefully. I'm going to expect you for your introduction to have certain things that I detail in those modules, and that's how you're going to be graded on those things. As you become more confident and prove to be a better and better writer, you can sort of diverge from those things, just like a master chef might be able to throw in the spices of their choice, his or her choice. But this right now, we're working on the logic behind having certain elements in an introduction, in a body paragraph, etc. So make sure for your introduction that you have those elements that I detail in the modules. The last thing that I wanted to let you know is that every class we have people that ask me this, but as you can probably tell, I'm not really a sad, melancholy person. I'm pretty chipper, happy, upbeat, but the stories that we tend to read are downers. A lot of them are depressing. That's the nature of a lot of classic literature. It's not really my preference of literature. That's just how it is. That's how classic literature is. And so we've had a student already ask me about that. Like I said, it happens every term. What I want us to do is I have an extra credit discussion question posted. You might have to scroll through to find it, but it says dark classics extra credit or something like that. Basically, my question to you is, why do you think that a lot of classic literature is depressing? Why doesn't it have a happy ending? You can earn 10 points extra credit by answering that discussion question. It's extra credit, so you don't have to. You won't penalize your grade if you don't. So keep in mind that you can once again earn 10 points extra credit for this. If you watch this video to the very end, you can pop me an email. I'm not able to add into the gradebook the extra credit like this, where you pop me an email, until the very end. The gradebook is actually kind of terrible. You might notice that it's always grading you. If you look at your grade, it's grading you out of the total points for the whole entire term instead of the total points so far. So it's going to look like you have a really bad grade till the very end. But realize that that's just how Etudes is. I can't change that. So I think around the midterm I'll send out a progress report and let people know how they're doing. But yeah, so don't worry. I do keep track of this extra credit very carefully. You can always pop me an email if you're curious of how many extra credit points you have that I can't add into the gradebook. So yeah, so hope everything is going well. Feel free to contact me with any questions. I'm always around to help. And best of luck. Bye.